Yo, YouTube. What's going on? It may not look like it, but it's actually raining pretty bad right now. It's been raining all day. I'm getting raindrops all on me. So I don't know. I might walk to the bus stop, which is right over here. But there's somebody there, so I don't really want to talk while there's somebody there, you know. So, anyways, I got a lot to report to you guys. So I don't know how long this video is gonna be able to go for, because I had to delete a bunch of videos in order for me to even just be able to record this right now. Like, it wouldn't even let me because my SD card's pretty much filled up. But I can't delete the majority of my videos because they're all like on the SD card, and it won't let me delete them from my phone. I guess I gotta go on a computer and do it. And say something about Kit Kat. With the update of Kit Kat, I can't delete them if they're like mounted. Some type of bullshit. I don't even know what it's talking about, but yeah, I hope this video I'll be able to get it all in there, and then I'll organize all that shit tomorrow. Anyways, let's get into the good shit. So, yeah, before I even go, what night is this? What is today? Today's the 13th. May the 13th. Okay. So, I don't even know how many days I've been out. At this point, I don't even know. I'm just losing track of it. I can't keep track of the days anymore. It's just too much. You know, so I'm going to have to find some other... I'll just leave it like... Yeah, I'll still put like night 10 or 11 or 12, because I got it in order. I got them in order on my YouTube channel, so... I'll just keep going with that. It might not exactly be the night number per se, but that's just the order I'm going in, because you know, it's just too much trying to figure that shit out. You know, it's not even that important. I'm out here. That's all that matters. You know. Anyways, so yeah, yesterday I don't even know if I did a recording. I don't think I did, but I went to. What did I do yesterday? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I did a recording, didn't I? I was saying it was going to be a long night. Yeah, so I did a day recording. I just didn't do a night one. So what I ended up doing was I just went to a movie theater to watch Detective Pikachu. Which it turned out that, you know, I ended up wasting my time traveling to that other theater because I thought it was standard. But it turned out it was 3D. So, you know, I'm already at the mall right beside a theater that already had it. So I didn't even need to leave. But I left because I thought that theater had it. I checked it and everything. I saw that it said that it was standard. But when I got there, it was only 3D that I had. So, you know, take it or leave it. So I'm there, you know, and then, so I buy my ticket, and there's a guy, homeless guy right in front. Well, he wasn't homeless, actually. He was just panhandling. You know, got to know him, and I went up to him. I felt bad. I just told him, yo, you know, I always give them acknowledgement that I'm sorry, man. I'm not in a good position. I'm in a worse position. You know, I don't even have a home. You know, and he looked at me, and he was just like, you homeless? Because I don't look like the typical homeless, right? Like, or at least I try not to, you know. I look like a normal person, I would think. But, you know, it is what it is, right? So he was surprised. He was shocked when I told him that. But he was also, you know, he was like, no problem, man. He's like, honestly, we're all in this together. I can't ask you. You know, that's what he was saying for somebody in the same situation, you know. And we were talking for a while, you know, got to know him a little bit, you know, cool guy, you know, a lot of cool, interesting characters out there, you know, the people that you meet, you know, normally you wouldn't even conversate with, but, well, at least normal society wouldn't conversate with. I would, you know, I've always been in this situation, so I always conversated with them, you know. But yeah, he was interesting guy, very interesting. So, I watched the movie, left. Then, oh man, it was so cold when I left. Man, it was friggin' freezing. And it was raining too. And, I have no umbrella or anything, so I was just getting soaked. And it was late at night, so the bus, I don't know, the bus was just taking a while. It wasn't even that late. It was like 11:45 when I got out. Like, I got to the bus stop at like 11:50, 11:55. So right before midnight. And I was just waiting there, and then this couple comes to the bus stop, right? And they're just there, just making out the whole freaking entire time, like right in front of me. I'm like standing in front of the glass so I could see where the bus is coming. So they decided to come stand right in front of me and embrace, and embrace each other and kiss basically the whole freaking time that they were there. And we were waiting for a freaking good long time. It felt like we were waiting like a half an hour for the bus, And I'm just like, wow, really? I have to stand here and watch you guys embrace the whole entire time? Like, I said, my shit isn't bad enough as it is. Like I could handle seeing that shit to a certain degree, but when it's like painfully in my face and I can't get away from it, that triggers me, So eventually I think they called an Uber or something because the bus was taking so long. Hold on, let me just move away from this tree because I'm getting all these drips on me. Is anybody at that bus stop? I don't know if anybody's gonna go to that bus stop, but anyways. What was I saying? Yeah, so eventually they called an Uber and they left. And then the bus came not too long after that. And, I just rode out the night at the McDonald's, So, that brings us to today. So today I was feeling like completely shit. Like my faith has been dropping. My faith in God, and everything. That this is all planned, or there's a reason for all of this. And, I've just been turning my back, basically, on God. And I think I said that in my last video, but I'm just like, at my wit's end. I don't even care anymore. I don't care about anything anymore. I don't care about humans. I especially don't care about humans. Like, I hate us as a species. I hate my race even more. And I used to have race pride. But I realize how freaking dysfunction my race is, Like, being black in this society, it's a curse. I'm sorry, to anybody who gets offended by that, I'm just speaking from my perspective, and I've never felt that way. I've never openly felt that way. I've always felt, I'm just another race out there, that everybody copies from. But at the same time, it's just like, man, I don't even want to go into that. That's just my own biased views on, my culture and whatever. But anyways, I was basically feeling like shit. And so I was in the library today. I got some sleep, thank goodness. And I'm talking to this one chick. That one chick that I was telling you about in the last video, that day video where I met. And I was talking with those two chicks or whatever about life and God and all that stuff. She's always coming to the library because she's looking for a new place to rent. So she comes here all the time. So I don't talk with her all the time, but sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But today we talked, and when we talk, it's like I don't know. It's like we go deep. It's like everybody around us is affected, And this one guy, he kept coming over, and he wasn't coming over like to eavesdrop. He was just there trying to recharge his phone on this this pillow seat. It's like a seat, but like it has like a plug and two USB ports in it, and both the USB ports are shit. They're like, they don't work, and the plugs are like faulty. Like, it does work, but it's like, it's shit. But I always go to that corner because it's peaceful, you know. It's in the kids area, whatever, but it's a perfect spot to go and sleep and just to be away from everybody, you know. So that's where I always go, and for some reason they came over to me. But anyways, back to what I was saying. He was trying to, you know, charge his phone and shit. So he was there for a while. He would leave and then come back. I guess he was trying to look around because, like I said, the library like fills out really fast. Like, if you're not there, like when it first opened, you got like maybe 2 hours to get there. So like, it opens at 9, so you got to be there by at least 11 to secure a decent seating. You'll still be able to find seats, but it's going to be somewhat packed. And if you come like 2 hours after that, like at 1 o'clock, then pretty much it's packed, you know. It's like everybody's got a seat. So yeah, he I guess he got there late. So, you know, all the places where you would recharge your USB or recharge your devices, you know what I mean? They're all taken, except that one seat that I was using to recharge, which nobody uses but me. But he came over and he decided to use it, and we were going deep and deep, you know, just talking. I guess he was just hearing everything we were talking about, you know. And then eventually, I guess he couldn't take it anymore, you know. He just had to say something. He was just affected by it, you know, because we were talking so many bad stuff just about, you know, life and the way how, you know, society treats. Well, this is the way how society is in general. Just a selfish nature in every regard, you know. There's no. It's all about, yes, self-preservation. I understand that, but like, you know, what's self-preservation if you're the only one that survives, you know? It's just, that's what it is, man. It's like survival of the fittest. They choose who lives and who dies, you know. And we were just going deep. We were just going deep into about politics and the rent, the whole renting thing, and like how miserable that's made us, you know, made me. That's the reason I'm here right now, you know, renting from people, trying to put my faith in people. Put my faith in people, like, how many times have I done that? Like, almost half a dozen times, and failed every single time. It's like, I didn't learn my lesson until now. And it's like, okay, that's good that I finally learned my lesson, but it took me 10 years to learn it. I wish I knew that from when I was 21, man. I wish I had a car from when I was 21, or got my license from when I was 21. Man, there's so many life choices, like, you know, like I obviously I can't dwell on regrets or whatever, you know. Life doesn't stop, like you said, like, or like I said, I should say, 10 years has passed before I realized that, you know. And as bad as that is, those life experiences has shaped my mentality and my intellect to, you know, even higher levels than where it was at before, you know. Because I don't consider myself like really smart in that regard, but, you know, my perspective of life, you know, I'm pretty knowledgeable about that. You know, I'm not oblivious to what's going on in the world. I'm pretty aware. You know, I'm always aware. You have to be. I mean, how could you not be aware when, you know, it's directly affects you in your face in all your interactions. You know, like paying rent, paying bills, you know, having friends or social gatherings or that sort of thing, you know. So, you know, we were just going deep. And like I said, he came in and he gave his 2 cents about the whole rent situation, you know. Pretty much just saying, you know, don't ever rent from somebody. Don't rent rooms, basically, which is what we were doing. He said they could just evict you at any time and they didn't really have to give notice, because that's what happened to one of his friends or something. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, I wish I'd known that 10 years earlier, but it is what it is. And then we just went deep, we were just talking for like 3 hours, or I don't know. Whenever we get into these talks and stuff, man, it just goes on, you know what I mean? But long story short, this guy was basically, that was interacting with us. He had just gotten out of the pen. He's just literally just came out of jail like 4 hours prior, and they basically they have him on charges on some serious, apparently false accusations. Because he was riding with like Hell's Angels up in Niagara, and apparently he knew some of the guys. He worked at a bar where a lot of them frequented, and something went down there where apparently he knew who was responsible. But of course he's not going to say anything, right? Why would you? It's not even about no snitching and shit. When you're dealing with, it's like, no snitching and shit, that's for like one person, one or a couple cats, that you have beef with. But when you get to the higher echelon of like, biker gangs and mafia, you don't fuck around with that shit. You say the wrong thing, and it's not even just you. You gotta worry about this. You gotta worry about your family, man. They'll take out your family and leave you alive long enough to be, just in despair and disarray and totally destroyed, and then they'll kill you. It's so the cops obviously are not going to be able to protect them from that, but they didn't care. And long story short, they pretty much threw him in jail, got him fired from his job, took away his house, took all the money that he had on him, all his credit cards, everything back. Like they emptied all his savings. They took everything literally from him. This man literally had only the clothes he was carrying on his back. Like I see that guy and like man. Like I don't know how much of the story is true. It could all be true, or it could be partially true. I don't know the full story, but obviously something happened to him, and he was in, as bad as my situation is, he was a hell of a lot worse. Like that's enough to make somebody go and off themselves, literally, like that same night, you lose the will completely after that. And he still, he still stayed with it, He still said, that's life. Just got to keep rolling with it and keep trying, I'm just like, that affected me so much that, it made me not value, the eternal creator. To like, he can make this much suffering or allow this. I should not say it make, but he could allow this kind of suffering. And it's like I'm seeing these sort of things every day now. There's no getting away from it. And I already knew this shit was going on, man. But now I'm at ground zero and I can see it, right head on, right in my face. And it affects you, So, I might meet up with that guy later tonight. I said I'll be going to one of his 24-hour McDonald's, so I might go there, might not. Either way, if I don't, he said he would be coming back to the library tomorrow. I think because he only has like $30 that he needs to let last for like, I don't even know. Like, wow. And he basically used that already, so he has nothing left. And I'm not even, I don't even have much money. I got like maybe $150 left. You know, it's not much. I gotta let that last. But like, I felt so bad, man. I wanted to take out something and give it to him. I still do. But man, in this world, man, these encounters, I didn't expect any of these encounters, you know. And it's like, I'm trying to look at just survive myself, you know. But I hear these stories, and it's just, I don't even care if I die anymore. I just want to help them, you know. Who cares about me, you know? And that goes into my next story, my last one I got for you. So with that, you know, I go to the mall because the library closed at 8:30. So I go to the mall just to like grab a drink, you know, just to hold me for the night. And grab a drink, coming back out, and I see this guy with this big dog, right? And he's just he's eating his food, right? He's eating his food, but the dog's just sitting there waiting, you know? And I just see that, I was just like, you know, obviously he's going to feed the dog, I guess, half of whatever he had or whatever. So I go outside, so I see that, and I was just like, man. So I go outside, I laughed, you know? It wasn't a mocking laugh. It was a laugh of just, I couldn't believe it, man. But I also was like touched by that, you know, that relationship. Like no matter what, he's gonna make sure his dog has something to eat, even if he doesn't eat. You know, I see that. And I was just, it touched me. It touched me. You know. So I go outside, and I have a cigarette, and I come back in, and I see, you know, he already shared out some food for the dog, and the dog's eating like rice or whatever. At first I walk by him, and then I turn back. I'm like, no, there's no way. I can't walk by people like that and not do something, you know? I've always been like that. When I see shit like that, it hits my soul, and that makes me know I have one. Even though I'm going through these rough patches, and like I feel like I don't want to live anymore and everything, the humanity in me comes out during those moments, you know? Like everybody was walking, and it was crazy because everybody was walking by. Everybody. And let me tell you, first of all, this dog was massive. Biggest dog I've ever seen in my entire life. It looked like a husky, but had like way more, too much fur on it, you know? And it was bigger than a husky, for sure. Like big. It was like literally as big as me. Almost. And I'm like almost 6 foot. You know, I'm like, what, 5? I haven't measured myself, but I'm probably like 5'10", 5'11", and you know, he was jumping up on me later, but like, yeah, when he jumped up on me, he was as tall as me, or how does he seem? But the guy told me that, you know, he still has room to grow, and he's not even at his max yet. So that baffled me. But anyway, aside from that, everybody was just watching, like, you know, it's like the doors that exit through the mall, there's like a little bridge or a little walkway or whatever, and then you go into the bus rally, you know, and everybody was just watching him, you know, and he was just trying to keep warm and out of the rain and everything, you know, trying to feed his dog, because you know, I feed him on the wet floor, right? And so I see that, and I just turned around, you know, I just seen the massive amount of people that were watching, including me, and not doing a thing about it, you know. Like, they acknowledged his presence, but they never acted on anything. They just kept walking, you know. And I couldn't be like them, you know. I'm always the black sheep. So I went over to him, and I was just like, hey man, you know, what did your dog eat? You know, I'll go over to the dollar store and pick him up a couple of packs of kibble or something, you know. And I told him straight up, yo, I'm in the same situation. I don't even have a home. You know what I mean? But you know, I can't walk by and not do anything. And he's like, no. Once I told him of my situation, he was like, no, don't even worry about it. And I was like, no, man, I can't. I'm telling you, there's no way I'm gonna go up those doors and not do something about it. You know? And he's like, oh man, you know, I finally broke him, and he told me what he needed, you know. So I went and grabbed him. He said he wanted some dried salmon or something, and a dog bowl. That's all, you know. So I go there, and they didn't have any. So I've got some like dried kibble and some like bacon meat or whatever, and I got him a bowl. And unfortunately, his dog didn't eat those, which was what I was afraid of. But that was the only thing they had at the dollar store. And you know, I spent $10 getting that shit. That costed me $10. Like I didn't even expect that. You know, I only expected to spend like $5 or maybe $3 or something. But you know, I with stuff like that happens, I don't have a choice. My body just moves. You know, like worry about the consequences later. You know, obviously that's gonna cost me food right there. I'm probably not gonna have a meal for the day, but whatever, man. Like I just couldn't help myself. So yeah, you know, and then we ended up talking afterward, and turned out to be a really cool guy, you know, as they always are, you know. Just in a rough situation. He had a good job, and he had a driving job, and basically his dog was the reason why he lost everything, you know. But his dog was giving him problems. But in the end, he didn't want to give up the dog. He said he was going to hold on to it, you know. It's through thick and well, how does that saying go? Through thick and thin or something? I don't know. You know what I mean, though. And when I see that, I was just like, yeah, for sure. I respect that. I had to, man. You know, I would have loved to have an animal. You know, having an animal with you during when you're homeless, such an asset. But it's also a liability too, because then it's something you got to take care of, and then you got to make sure you have food for that animal, and he's well taken care of. You know. Like, if you get sick or whatever, anything happens to him, you can't take him to a doctor, you know, so it's a risk. But if you got a car or something like that, that's way better, and that should help, you know. So anyways, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how these encounters keep happening back to back to back, you know. And these, you know, I'm trying to isolate, like, I'm in the mindset where I don't want to be around people. I'm trying to be by myself, do my own thing, but they keep coming to me. You know, I just had that soul that it just attracts people somehow. You know, and I'm an introvert. You know, I'm antisocial, but yet, well, in that situation, I approached him. So, but you know, that's just what I am. But I can't help it. You know, and you know, it's even with all of that. It really made me feel good, at least for today, you know. It brought my spirits up, and that's what I really needed, to know that I've affected, you know, a few people's lives. Even if I didn't financially give them something, you know, I only gave that one guy, the guy with the dog, something, because he had a dog. So I see that, I was just like, I have to get an animal with him, but. Even the other guys, you know, just having a conversation with them, just acknowledging their presence, you know, it feels good, you know. I'm in the same boat. I'm no different from them, you know. So we're all in this together. So, and society's not going to bail us out of this one. We're going to have to get ourselves out of this. So. Yeah, I just wanted to drop this video. I didn't even expect it to be this long. Holy crap, already 30 minutes. Damn. But I had to say it, you know. It felt good, and I could have let the day go without me putting this at least out there, you know. So, hopefully things get a little bit better. Because the last couple of days have been pretty rough. You know, my spirit's down, and I'm almost turning against God, you know. I'm really close to becoming something I don't want to be, you know. Like one of those Hollywood artists that sell their soul for fame and fortune. Yeah. I don't want to get there, but if this drags on for too long, I can't say what I'll become. I'm already changed as it is, but if I could see some sort of improvement, this will all go away. Getting a job and getting some place to rest my head is all I need to make this all turn around. So hopefully something happens soon. But yeah, guys, sorry for making this video so long. Sorry to my battery; it's probably dead right now. But yeah, I just had to put this out here. So that'll be it for the night, and I'll probably do another video tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, till then, you guys take it easy. Have a good one.